Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be the urgent messages for this week, what Spirit wants you to know, um, just to help you navigate this week or this month. It's a timeless reading, so whenever you see this video or watch this video, it applies for you. I also wanted to add that I've started doing personal readings, so I'm doing natal chart readings where I look at your birth chart, I see all the different aspects and energies playing out, and I give you an overall summary of your birth chart and your personality. I also talk about what kind of challenges you may be facing and what you need to do to overcome these challenges. I also do synastry chart readings, so if you're trying to get into a relationship, if you have a crush on someone, and you just want to know what the relationship is going to be like, you can contact for a synastry chart reading as well. And I'm also doing tarot card readings. So you can ask me a question related to your life, and I'll do a tarot reading for you as well. So today it's about what are the urgent messages that you need to sort of just keep in mind as you're going forward. There are three images, three piles of cards. The first one is a blue stone. The second one is a miniature Eiffel Tower, and the third one is a magnifying glass. So you can pick any one that resonates with you and skip to the timestamp and check out the reading for that particular pile. So this is going to be the reading for pile number 1. So let's get started. I have the 5 of Cups. What are the other messages for pile number 1? What are the messages for pile number 1? I have Page of Pentacles. What else for pile number 1? What are the other messages for pile number 1? We have Justice. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. What else for pile number 1? What are the other messages for pile number 1? So I've got the High Priestess. So I'll do some clarifiers as well, but just right off the bat, what I'm picking up on here is that a lot of you seem to be operating from the state of regret. What I mean is, you're still holding on to something that happened in the past. I will do a clarification on what this is, but there is a sense of regret. You're still holding on to something from the past. You still have some regrets about it, and you're somehow not able to let that go. The Page of Pentacles is indicative of some kind of hope that's coming in when it comes to your finances. There could be some kind of communication coming in when it comes to your finances, maybe a new job, maybe a promotion, maybe something to do with your business if you have a business, because pages are about communication and the pentacles has to do with your finances. So this could be happening sometime soon. The Justice card, so in terms of, if this is a romantic relationship, this could be a Libra person in your life. It doesn't have to be a Libra sun. It could be a Libra sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, as well as North Node, or just embodying the Libra archetype. The Justice card could also mean that karma is being served to the people who did you wrong. So whatever regrets you had in the past, this 5 of Cups that's coming up in this reading, it could have had to do with somebody who did you wrong, somebody who betrayed you in some way. Maybe they just ghosted you, or maybe they just walked away from a relationship and they didn't give you any kind of closure or clarity about the relationship. And that kind of left you feeling a little bit wondering what happened and feeling very regretful about the past relationship. But Spirit is trying to tell you that justice is being served to the people who did you wrong. They are getting karma served to them. Now the Hanged Man in reverse, usually when it comes up upright, it involves thinking about things from a different perspective, just looking at things from a fresh perspective, right? Now because this is coming up in reverse, this could have to do with the fact that you've already if it's a romantic relationship that we're talking about, because that's the message that I'm getting from this reading, that this has more to do with a romantic relationship than anything else. What I'm getting is that you may have looked at this past relationship from many different angles. You may have given this person of interest many different chances. You would have given them the benefit of the doubt, but after that, you're kind of done with looking at things from a different perspective. Like, you've given them as many chances as you could, and they still chose to sort of leave you in the dark and not communicate with you. Maybe they ghosted you, maybe they weren't very clear about their communications, or just very flaky behavior is what I'm picking up on. Not very clear on what they want. They weren't very direct about what they wanted, and that left you in a state of confusion. And the high priestess right now, this is the current energy that I'm picking up on. You're very in touch with your intuition, and I feel like you are at this stage in your life where you are choosing not to take any action. What I mean is, maybe in the past you were the one who used to initiate contact, right? Like, maybe in the past you were the one who tried to find out what's going on, let's talk more, or let's communicate more and let's try to take things forward. But I think now you've reached a stage that if something has to happen, it's going to happen of its own accord. What's meant to be in your life is going to stick around. What's not meant to be is going to just fall away. That's kind of your attitude right now, or at least what you're that's a state of mind that you're entering into. Your intuition is very, very on point right now, I'd like to add, because the high priestess is very much about being in touch with your intuition. So your intuition is very much on point. You are kind of choosing to be in the passive role, if that makes sense. And when I say passive, I don't mean it in a negative way. What I mean is that you're just falling back. You're not taking any active decision. You're not trying to go after this person of interest. You're not trying to tell them anything. You're just falling back and letting things unfold organically the way it should. So you've kind of surrendered to the universe and let the universe do its thing, which is good, because like I said before, what's meant to be in your life is always going to stick around, and you won't even have to do anything. I'm not saying that you don't have to put an effort, but what I'm saying is you don't have to keep trying so much to make something work if it's meant to be in your life. So, and I think that's a realization that you're stepping into this. Whenever you're watching this reading, that's the kind of um, philosophy that you're stepping into. That you're just gonna let things be the way they are, and if something has to happen, it's gonna happen. The Emperor. So this new person coming into your life could be a Libra person, or this could be an Aries, because the Emperor is the card of Aries. So they could be an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or a North Node. But this person is not like the person in the past. They are very sure of what they want, and they go after what they want. That's what the Emperor energy is. It's cardinal energy. So they initiate contact, they initiate communication. They don't leave you lurking in the dark. They're very clear about what they want. There's no confusion. So that's a good sign. Ace of Cups in reverse. Now, something is still a little bit off balance when it comes to your emotions. I feel like some of you may have hoped, and this is connected to the Five of Cups that I'm also picking up from this reading. I feel like some of you, because you're still holding on to the past in a lot of ways, you haven't really let it go. Um, so even though you've sort of surrendered to this relationship and you're like, whatever has to happen, it's going to happen at its own sweet time, you are still a little bit regretful and you haven't fully moved on, which is kind of blocking your blessings when it comes to emotional fulfillment. Because unless you really completely let go of something, you can't really open up space for something new to enter your life, right? So I feel like that's what's blocking your future blessings. Now, the Ace of Cups is a cup, it's a card of good fortune, especially emotional fulfillment. So something tells me that someone is trying to communicate with you. Like I said, this entire reading, I feel like it's about a romantic relationship. I'm not really picking up any energies to do with finances as such. I feel like this is to do with a romantic relationship. So somebody may be trying to communicate with you, maybe this Libra person or maybe this Aries person, but I feel like you're kind of cutting off contact with them. I feel like you are in this dejected state because of whatever happened in the past. this person in the past did you wrong, they weren't really clear about what they wanted, they left you in the lurch, and so you kind of have this jaded sort of mentality that whatever comes up in the future is also going to be like that. But Spirit is here to tell you that just because something bad happened in the past doesn't mean that it's going to repeat itself the same way in the future. Like, not everybody is the same. So I would say, really let this go, like let this past relationship go, like really purge yourself of that energy, because that's going to help you open up to this new person who really wants to be honest with you, who really wants to open up to you in a true sense. So that's going to open up your blessings when it comes to love and romantic fulfillment. So that's the energy that I'm picking up. And I'm also going to look at the Moonology deck just to get a final message. What is the message for pile number one? What does pile number one need? What do these people need to know when it comes to love and romance? So I'm getting hold your vision, fixed moon. Yeah, so this is similar to what I said earlier. Like, don't lose sight of the fact that something better is always around the corner, right? Like, usually when something doesn't work out for us, there is something better around the corner. That's how the universe works. That's how the universal blessings work. So it's really important to keep your eyes on the prize, like have faith that things are going to work out for the better, and let go of the past. Like, don't hold on to what's done and dusted, because clearly the person in the past has not really made that effort to be in your life. So I wouldn't hold on to that. I would actually give this new person, this Aries person, whoever's in your life, or this Libra person, a new chance, because they are actually trying to communicate with you, and I feel like you're kind of closing it off with them. You're not really being very receptive. So that's the reading for you, pile number one. If this resonated, do give it a thumbs up and do drop a comment in the comment box. I love reading your comments. I love interacting with you guys. So that's the reading for pile number one. And let's move on to pile number two. Hi everyone, so this is going to be the reading for pile number two. So if you chose the Eiffel Tower in the image that I showed earlier, then this reading is for you. Whoop. So this bunch of cards fell out. The first one is the Star. Lovely. The second one that I'm getting is the Ten of Pentacles. Very nice. Let's look at what are the messages for pile number two. What are the other messages? I'm getting the Queen of Swords in reverse. What are the other messages for pile number two? I'm getting the Page of Cups. What are the other messages for pile number two? Knight of Wands in reverse. What are the other messages for pile number two? What does pile number two need to know? Three of Cups. Very nice. Okay, so let's get started. I'll do some clarifications if I need to find out more. But what I'm getting is you guys are in a very positive space right now, is what I'm picking up on. A lot of you have probably been through a lot in the past. Maybe you were quite impulsive in the past, but there has been this mental shift within you, is what I'm picking up on. So, for example, what I'm seeing is the Knight of Wands in reverse. Now, usually the Knight of Wands represents Sagittarian energy or just fire sign energy, and it represents somebody who is very impulsive, who makes rash decisions, who wants everything to happen really quickly. But because this is turning up in reverse, if it's a romantic relationship, this could be somebody in the past. This could have been a Sagittarius in your life, a Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or a North Node. Or this could just be you, this could just be you choosing to become a little bit different when it comes to your outlook, right? Like I said, you could have been very impulsive in the past, making decisions like snap judgments and snap decisions. But right now you've reached a stage where you're a little bit more grounded. You're a little bit more centered in when it comes to making your decisions. Like, you don't make decisions that quickly, and you think things through, if that makes sense. I'm also seeing the Ten of Pentacles, and also the Three of Cups. So this is very good energy, because to me this signifies that a lot of you are spending time with family at this time. A lot of you are, socializing, meeting up with friends. This is a very cheerful energy of socialization and meeting people. Now, of course, I realize that a lot of people are still, because of the current situation that we're in, there are still certain restrictions when it comes to socializing, but I feel like a lot of you, given these restrictions, you're still trying to make the most of it and still trying to meet as many people as you can, even if it's not in person. You're trying to meet people virtually, right? So, but this is an energy of celebration, meeting up with people, collaboration, that sort of thing. Ten of Pentacles is very much about being in touch with your friends, your family, your near and dear ones. So there is this energy of warmth and comfort around you, like very feel good energy is what I'm picking up on. Now, the Star card has a lot to do with recognizing your own potential. What I'm picking up from in this reading is that a lot of you have a lot of hidden talents, and maybe you haven't explored it. Maybe you haven't given yourself that chance to explore these talents and realize how good you are. Like, you could be very good at singing, you could be a writer, you could be a poet. You could have a lot of these talents. Like, maybe you have a corporate 9 to 5 job or something else that you do, uh, which may be paying the bills, but your real talents may be somewhere else. But I feel like a lot of you are waking up to that right now, and this is a really good time to explore that and give yourself a chance to see what you're good at and really let yourself shine. The Star card is very much about letting yourself shine. It's about believing in potential, your own potential. So it's very much about honing that talent and putting it out there. Like, you could have a lot of talent, but if you're not really showcasing it to the world, then it's still hidden, right? You're not able to shine the way you should. So the Star card is very much about recognizing your talents and then putting it out there. So maybe start a channel on YouTube, or any other platform that helps you showcase your talents out there. Now, the Page of Cups is turning up in reverse. Usually the Page of Cups represents a new hope, a new opportunity, and some kind of communication that's coming in when it comes to a new opportunity. But because it's turning up in reverse, I'm sensing that there may have been a Pisces person in your life, is what I'm picking up on. This could have been somebody who was in the past. If this was a romantic relationship, this could have been a Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, but just embodying the Pisces energy. They could have been a little bit flaky. They could have been a little bit indecisive when it came to what they wanted out of the relationship, if this is a romantic relationship that we're talking about. But essentially, they're turning up in reverse, which tells me this is past energy. So I don't think they're in your life anymore. You may have cut this person off. I'm also seeing the Queen of Swords in reverse. So this could literally have been like, the Queen of Swords is typically Libra energy. But because it's turning up in reverse, the person in the past could have also been a Libra, is what I'm picking up on, if this was a romantic relationship. But this could just be you. So what I mean is, the Queen of Swords is typically, when it's upright, it's somebody who is very decisive, very sharp with their words, because she knows what she wants, right? Like, she's been through a lot, she knows what she wants, and she's not taking um, mediocrity in any form, and she's expressing that very, very openly, right? Like, very honestly. And sometimes that can come across as a little bit harsh, because it's swords, right? It's the energy of communication, and because it's swords, it can be a little bit harsh sometimes. But because this is turning up in reverse, what I'm picking up on is, a lot of you are stepping out of that energy. A lot of you are in this space now where you're choosing not to communicate in that brash, honest way, sometimes with zero filters, right? Like, that can sometimes be the energy where you say things without a filter and then you maybe regret it later on. Like I said before, the Knight of Wands turning up in reverse also speaks to a change of energy within yourself, where you're not being as impulsive as you used to. You're not making snap decisions and judgments. You're thinking things through a little bit more. And the Queen of Swords in reverse also speaks to a similar energy, where you're not immediately reacting to something because it didn't turn out the way you wanted. You're just letting it sit, basically, and you're letting things unfold the way they should. Now, I do want to clarify what this Queen of Swords in reverse is, because I do want to know what this is. So yeah, I'm getting the Two of Swords in reverse, and I'm getting the Ten of Swords in reverse. Wow. So what I'm picking up on is this most likely had to do with a romantic relationship. And the reason I say this is because when these two cards turn up in a reading, the Two of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Swords, and also when it's connected to the Queen of Swords, there's a lot of swords in this single pile. This tells me that you may have gone through some kind of heartache in the past. Somebody broke your heart. You may have had a couple of options when it came to a love interest, but maybe you weren't sure of who to choose because they weren't the right person for you. And your intuition was telling you that, but somehow you chose to maybe ignore your intuition or you weren't sure. And because of that, eventually it led to a Ten of Swords moment, which led to a breakup in the relationship. So this could have been a Libra person in the past, but the relationship broke up for whatever reason. It didn't work out. But because it's turning up in reverse, this is definitely an ending. It happened in the past, and I think you're moving on from that relationship. You're not focusing on romantic relationships so much right now. I think right now you're focusing more on bonding with your friends and family. You're focusing more on discovering your own talents and how you can develop them and how you can work on them a little bit more. So you're basically focusing on yourself, right? Like you're not really focused actively on a romantic relationship is what I'm picking up on. What are the other messages for pile number 2? What does pile number 2 need to know? So I'm getting the bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So yeah, even though you have not closed off, but you're not, like I said, you're not actively looking for love, I would still say keep your heart open for new love because it's definitely coming in. I sense that with, what happens is when you're not actively looking for something, that's when it finds you. So this is kind of the zone that you are in, pile number 2, where you're focused so much on yourself and you're in this really feel good energy right now where you're just focusing on yourself, you're bonding with your friends and family, you're in this really nice positive space right now. So that's usually when you attract love, not when you're actively going out and seeking it. So that's why the universe is also saying bring love into the equation, like don't close your heart out to it, but at the same time the space that you're in right now is really good, so just stick to that. So that's the reading for pile number 2. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, drop in a comment in the comment box, and I love reading your comments and interacting with you guys. And that's the reading for pile number 2. I'll see you very soon. Hi everyone, this is the reading for pile number 3. So if you selected the magnifying glass, this reading is for you. I'm getting the Six of Cups. What else for pile number 3? I'm getting the Two of Pentacles. I'm getting the Six of Wands. What else for pile number 3? What does pile number 3 need to know? I'm getting, let me just shuffle a little bit more. What else for pile number 3? What are the other messages for pile number 3? What does pile number 3 need to know? I'm getting the Ten of Cups. Beautiful energy. What are the messages for pile number 3? What does pile number 3 need to know? Wow, I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune. What else for pile number 3? What does pile number 3 need to know? Okay, I'm getting the King of Pentacles. So let's get started. So, what I'm sensing, this is really positive energy is what I'm picking up on, just overall. A lot of abundance coming your way, a lot of prosperity coming your way. You're in a very grounded energy right now, pile number 3. Especially, there's this very Taurian vibe that I'm picking up. So you could have strong Taurus in your chart. You could be a Taurus sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Or if this is a romantic connection, then this could be a Taurus person in your life. Or this could just be you where you're really focused on your finances, you're really focused on your well-being and abundance, especially because I'm also seeing the Wheel of Fortune. So a lot of you are well underway into getting your prosperity and abundance attracting into your life. There's also the Ten of Cups, so a lot of happiness coming your way. This could be in the form of a romantic connection. So, like I said, this could be a Taurus in your life. uh, Maybe you are getting into this stage of commitment with this person, a long-term commitment or marriage. But definitely, Ten of Cups could also be just you finding a lot of solidarity within the home, a lot of grounded energy, a lot of happiness within yourself as well. Now, in the past, a lot of you may have been operating from this sense of nostalgia, like reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days, maybe your childhood, maybe a past romantic connection. I will clarify on this in a little bit. But what I'm picking up on is this energy of nostalgia, where, and I don't necessarily mean this in the sense of regret, like you're not regretting what happened in the past. You're thinking about it very fondly. Maybe a past relationship, maybe something that happened earlier, but you're thinking about it very fondly. Now, the Two of Pentacles is about trying to juggle your finances, especially because this is a card of Pentacles. But this is about multitasking, so this is about getting your finances in order. This is about saving up money, especially a lot of you may have been focused on saving money, cutting corners where you don't need to spend, just making sure that your finances are in order. And because of that, the universe is rewarding you with the Wheel of Fortune because you're really taking care of that financial aspect in your life. Now, I'm also picking up on the Six of Wands. This has to do with victory. So, some of you may have been through a pretty difficult moment in your life in the past, where it was almost like you had to go through a series of tests, which maybe the universe sent your way, and it might have felt like you were fighting a battle, right? But I feel like you've overcome that right now and you are emerging victorious from this past situation, whether that was a romantic connection or whether that was just maybe things didn't work out in general the way you wanted it to. But you've overcome that setback and the challenge, and now you're operating in this spirit of being victorious, right? um, there is a lot of positive energy around you, and that positive energy really stems from within yourself because you are in this really feel good space right now. You're very grounded, like you're very very focused on your finances. This is mainly about finances, is what I'm picking up on. So you're very focused on your money. You're looking at ways to multiply your finances, that sort of thing. I do want to clarify about the Six of Cups because I want to know, what are you guys reminiscing about? Like, what was it in the past? Um, the Hierophant. Okay, so this could have been a romantic connection. This could have been a relationship that was supposed to result in marriage or some kind of long term commitment. And a lot of you may be thinking about that. A relationship that did not work out in the past. Um, I do want to clarify some more about the Six of Cups. I'm getting Judgment, and I'm getting the Six of Swords. So, yeah, this could have been a relationship, a romantic relationship in the past where you felt like it had a lot of potential. Maybe both of you discussed about marriage, about long term commitment, that sort of thing, but it was a serious relationship. But then, for some reason, it did not work out. It did not result in a commitment. And so many of you have moved away from that with the Six of Swords energy. I'm sensing that a lot of you have moved away from that and you've distanced yourself from this person. You're no longer in contact with them. This could have been also a Taurus because the Hierophant is the card of Taurus as well. So this could have been a Taurus in your life who may have promised you a lot of things, may have promised you a long term relationship, commitment, stability, that sort of thing, but it did not work out. And Judgment is very much about, you know, realizing the truth of the situation. And I feel like a lot of you sort of woke up to it pretty much further down in the relationship, because initially things may not have been very clear. You may have believed this person, you may have believed that they had good intentions for you, but eventually you realize that was not the case. And this may have been a karmic relationship, because usually the judgment card, especially when it comes to a romantic connection, it, in my mind, it speaks to a karmic relationship. So this could have been a twin flame, a soulmate relationship, but there was a lot of lessons to be learned from this relationship. And that is the reason why I also say that the Six of Wands, the current energy you're emerging victorious, because you pass these tests. Like, a lot of the times the universe is going to send us relationships that are meant to teach us a certain lesson. And those relationships can be very difficult. Like, karmic relationships are fated connections, and they are here to teach us something. And they can be very difficult relationships. But once we learn the lesson, which is what the judgment card is speaking about, and once we can move away, like after we've learned the lesson, once we can move away from that relationship, that's what you've done, pile number 3. You're really emerging victorious because of that. So that was a test from the universe, is what I'm picking up on. So this was a romantic relationship that the universe sent you to test your resolve, to build your character and your strength of character. And because of that, because you passed the test with flying colors, now the universe is rewarding you with this 10 of Cups moment, with this Wheel of Fortune, a lot of abundance, a lot of blessings coming your way. There could be a new person in your life, maybe another Taurus, because again, I'm getting the King of Pentacles. So this could be another Taurus entering your life, but they have very clear intentions. So this new person, whoever is entering your life, does not even have to be a Taurus, could be an earth sign, Capricorn or Virgo. But this new person is very much about stability, about commitment. So I would say don't write them off right now. Just give them a chance, because this is going to be a very fulfilling relationship. I do want to clarify on the King of Pentacles, just to see what kind of energy this person brings to you, this new person in your life. Um, Hang on a second. What is this Knight of Pentacles? Can you clarify the Knight of Pentacles? What kind of person are they? The Star. This could be a person who's literally a star. Like, they could be very famous. Even if they're not famous, they are very well known in the community, in society. Like, they're very well known person. And so this new person is very, very serious in this relationship. So I would definitely give them the chance, the benefit of the doubt. Don't write them off. I want to pick a card from the Moonology deck just to clarify. What are the other messages for pile number 3? What does pile number 3 need to know? So I'm getting, what are the messages for pile number 3? Hang on a second. Okay, so I'm getting balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. And I'm also getting work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So yeah, a lot of you, because of everything that you went through in this past karmic connection, the soulmate or twin flame connection, maybe you have some fears associated with a romantic relationship. Like, maybe you don't want to open yourself up to somebody new all over again, and you're scared of being hurt. But work through your fears is what this card is saying. Like, try to figure out why you're afraid, or why you're not that open to trust someone new. Balance spirituality and practically. Like, it's fine to trust your intuition, and you always should, because the intuition guides us at all times. But at the same time, it's also important to be a little bit practical and logical when it comes to this new person in your life. So, like I said before, don't write them off, just give them a chance. And if things don't add up, and if logically it doesn't make sense, then sure, you can always tell them no, but at least give them a chance, is what I'm saying. So that's the reading for pile number 3. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Drop in a comment in the comment box. I love reading your comments and interacting with you guys. And that's it for today. I'll see you in my next video. And if you want to contact me for a personal reading, drop me a message through Facebook or email, and the links are in the description box. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.